All right, welcome to the special edition podcast, the trade deadline podcast of 2025. Back with JR, and we're just going to talk about
Yo.
what's happened this year. I guess real quick.
Yeah.
Nothing too long.
I mean,
nothing
this
too
is
detailed.
this is a good podcast to have because we don't always talk about the TBL dead in the middle of the season, right when we probably have our best everybody the GMs are tuned in right now. There's a lot more GMs tuned in towards the playoffs. It's only those guys, whoever's in the playoffs. Beginning of the season, we do like 9-hour podcasts. Who the heck's gonna listen to all that? This is good. This one could be like concise. I think we can hammer down on some things. We all know the teams. We did once again 1 billion hours on every team, so let's take a look at it and then we'll talk about this trade deadline.
Yeah, if anything, an ideal setup would be a shorter preseason podcast, and then just a quick one at the end of week one, quick one at the end of week two, and then the playoffs, right?
Yes.
Maybe we'll get that going at some point. But
well, we need to relieve you specifically.
yeah,
of
yeah.
having
If anybody
to
else
do
wants to
that.
step in and talk about the TBL, that'd be great. I'm happy to get someone set up on a stream, teach you all the OBS stuff. So.
Yeah, I'm down. I mean, I threw the invite out to Steve, and of course Jay.
I feel like we've got some people who would be willing to do it. I think Jay, if the timing was right, would do it.
Yes.
Michael would definitely do it, I think. And he's more of a late night guy. Daniel from Huron would do it. And I'm sure there's a couple other guys.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Larry. Can't forget about Larry.
Yeah, Larry would do it. See, we'll talk about Larry because yes, he will. The Luchadores. I thought.
Where do you want
were
to start?
about to break
Where do you
through.
want to start?
All right, let me take a look here
got the
because
standings pulled
we
up.
should really start with Rochester. Just see what's going on there. The 714 winning percentage. That's crazy.
We can start over in the J division because that's usually where the strength is, and there's some interesting stories over there. So let's start in
Yeah,
that
I mean,
division real quick.
yeah.
So yeah, the Rochester North Stars, and yeah, Michael's team looking for a third straight playoff berth. I mean, he's gonna get it. It's just
Yeah,
about how
he's in
many
there.
wins he's gonna get.
Yep. Now he has an interesting player on the block in DJ Lord, who he seems to be very hell bent about moving. I think that guy fits his identity a ton, so I don't know if he really wants to trade that guy. But
He's deep. I think he's deep, and I don't think Michael values the first base position too much. I mean, he's got a ton of first basemen on the roster, but
Yeah.
if he can get good value for him, and I think he probably can in a trade. I think
Yes.
it's one of Michael's strengths. That's why he has such a deep system. He's competing and he's flipping at the same time.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing about Lord is that he is first baseman, and I think there's a lot of teams that could use him as an offensive upgrade. I just don't think many GMs have the mindset, or I think that needs to be a power position for a lot of GMs, including Michael. I think that looking for a power bat at position is imperative for a lot of teams.
Yeah.
Looking at the way the league is right now.
If I was someone at the deadline looking to compete around the bubble, I might go get this guy if you need a bat, because I mean he's got the speed too. It's a really nice combo actually. I mean he steals 30 to 40 bases, hits 30 to 40 home runs.
Great leadoff man. Look at that on base percentage career, and we're talking about a guy who really floats around that 400 on base percentage that you're looking for. I mean, early on in his career, he did for sure. Fell off a little bit, but
Yeah, I think
a lot. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think the only thing that's kind of I don't know. I guess he doesn't have like a ton of power when you look at it. I thought he's 45 power. I guess that makes sense. I was looking at the
Yeah, I don't know what the history of his skills are as far as
Is Gap
extra
and his
base
powers
hits.
low? He doesn't have a ton of extra base hits. He's kind of a
Yeah,
singles
so-
guy. He's a walk guy.
It's one of those guys where he has an 80i or whatever he's got and 75, and he you wonder sometimes why these guys don't walk more or hit more or whatever when they have that type of eye. And as a pitcher, are you scared of being in the zone to this type of guy? And the answer is probably no. But listen, like I said, he's a solid leadoff dude. I would, if I was a team. Once again, there's some teams in the other conference in the Jade that the Fire that could use a guy like this.
Yeah. And Michael's team's crazy. It's just so fast. He's got Jeff Bass down in the 6th spot right now because he was off to such a slow start this year.
He's been hot. He's been hot.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been hot.
This team looks great. The pitching, everybody's under like sub-3 except for his number 5 starter.
Yeah, I don't know if Michael really has said anything in the trade wants. I'm taking a look now to see if he's...
He said he's all set.
He's all set, right?
Except for he's willing to get rid of his guys. So he is what he is, and he's the team to beat right now. See if he can get out of the wild card series. He's only won 3 playoff games in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's gonna skip it. He's gonna skip the wild card series.
Yeah, if he maintains his pace, he's got what, a 8-game lead.
Oh, he's gonna. I mean, not the pace,
hey,
but
ever since Virginia blew that 10-game lead in 10 games at the end of the year, you never seen that.
Yeah, that was painful.
We still got 2 months left. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, and that person right behind him is your team, and Denver's right there. So, I mean, 9 games back. That's a pretty big dip. But
I think, I don't know. Let me ask you, as a GM, what are you looking for at this deadline?
Oh, me personally, or
yeah, just you personally.
Oh, I actually looked at my team and I said I'm lucky to be here and I don't need anything. Because my offense is terrible, but I'm not going to be getting rid of Esparza, who's he's not hitting 200 this year. He's clearly at the end of the whatever, but he's owed money for the next 3 years. So So I'm candidly, I was thinking about selling at this deadline, but my record says I shouldn't. So I'm a hold pat kind of GM now.
I am so hold pat right now. As a matter of fact, I'm in trade talks as we're speaking. We might see a trade go through, like I'm Adam Schefter or whatever these guys are over here. But I'm looking for a starting pitcher, and I don't know. It seems to me that we talked about this before. The number one frontline starting guys are just not there. So it doesn't seem like the action is really there at all.
It's a super quiet deadline. Right now. There's not a lot of assets out there, right? Yeah. Actually, I think it might be the quietest deadline we've had in I don't know how long, since some of the earlier years. Which is fine. I mean, again, it ebbs and flows. I don't think it's lack of activity. I think all the GMs are here and conversing in a sense. But yeah, your team looks pretty barren in the starting rotation. You got 2 guys who've really kind of been there all year, but it's been patchworks from there, huh? Only 6 starts amongst your other 3 starters there.
Well, I have 2 guys on rehab right now in Sonneville and what do you call it? Sonneville and Mike Payne, who's a back of the rotation guy, but I trust him. I can't find a starter that's of a decent price. So I have a AAA rookie coming up to take a couple starts. Sonneville, like I said, and Payne are on the way back. I got some other gas can, I think his last name's Chavez. Yeah, he's in there right now, Ernesto Chavez, who I'm going to throw out there for a couple games. And I mean, we're just trying to coast. We're trying to get into the playoffs right now and get hot. And that's all we can really look for, because I can't make a deal for number 1. I just lost my de facto number 1, even though I don't really think I have a guy that is like that. But yeah, the offense is fine, and we're just trying to land the plane. And if we make a deal in these last couple hours here, hopefully we can get something done. But I don't know. I mean, there's some out there. If anybody's listening, there's some deals out there. And as a matter of fact, we just had one go down. So that's another thing that just happened.
Did something happen?
So I'm trying. The Vandals just sent Marvin Lewis to Louisville, former Somerville guy. Interesting. I don't know what that means for either team.
Yeah, he looks like a decent arm.
He's a guy who could never stay healthy for me.
I like
That's a good return
I'm not gonna look
for.
for a reliever.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. He got back a couple low A outfielders, and that's a good trade for Vancouver if he can get anything for anything right now.
Yeah.
So
We'll get over to the
without
Fire
going
Conference.
over-
They've been kind of a surprise team this year, I think.
Vancouver?
Well, let's stay in the Ice Conference for now. We'll talk. No, not Vancouver. Louisville.
Yeah, but we could talk about that statement very shortly.
No, Louisville, not Vancouver.
Oh, Louisville.
Yeah, they've been a surprise team. Yeah.
I was like, whoa, Vancouver.
Yeah.
No, yeah, Louisville, yeah, definitely. But yeah, whatever you want to do, we can jump around the league and do whatever.
Yeah, let's just stay in the ice until that timer gets a little
Yeah.
closer to the midway mark.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I guess outside of the usual suspects, we can talk about Denver too. Not off to the slow start this year. They've been kind of a slower start, but they've been pretty steady.
That's the litmus test right there. Is do you see Denver making a bunch of just moves? Just he's got a huge trade block out there. He's very easy to deal with. So I'm surprised that
Denver's done his over
nobody'd asked
budget
about-
already, so he's
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah. Oh, is he over budget right now?
He did his over budget trade.
Oh, he did already. So that's it. That's it. So
Yeah, when he brought in Chris Calvert from Las Vegas
yeah,
and
that's
Matt
right.
Davis,
That's
two big pickups.
Yes.
Which makes sense. Obviously, we'll look at Calvert, one of the best closers in the game. Did I already move him over? Yeah, that must have been last sim. Let's take a look
Yeah.
here. Yeah, Calvert's nasty.
That's right.
And
That
Matt Davis
is-
looks nice too. That was a good trade for
That
both
was,
GMs.
that's as good of a deal as he's gonna get with his financial situation.
Yeah.
So thank you to the GMs of this league who keep on helping him out.
Yeah, Las Vegas.
Now-
So Tim took a big gamble with an international complex guy. You never know what he's going to turn out
Yeah.
to be. But Salas, what was his name again? Manuel Salas.
Yeah.
Is this the right one? I think so.
And it's a good go for it move. Calvert's in his last year. So is Barker. And I think so is Davis. So the top three guys in his bullpen, this is it. It's time to empty the clip. He's doing that. Good trades. It's can't hurt this team to have a back end like that.
Yeah. And I wonder if we're going to see the end of the Denver run or if it's going to pick up again somehow. He's going to have some money coming off the books, not next year, but the year after. Next year is going to be kind of much of the same. This team continues to be very good year in and year out. And again, so usual suspects, you three have been very consistent the last couple of years with winning. Usual suspects again, New Orleans having a surprise season. Ryan has mentioned it. He didn't think he was going to be this good this year. He got off to a super hot start. Didn't he win like 13, 14 games in a row? He's 21 and 1 in a 22 game stretch. I'm just looking at what we talked about here. We both had Rochester 1-2 flipped. I had Rochester 1, Denver 2. You had Denver 1, Rochester 2. I had New Orleans 3. You had New Orleans 4. And then you had Las Vegas 3. I had Las Vegas 5. I had Durham 4. And you had Durham 5. So it was all kind of the top 5 there. And then the bottom 3 we all...
I thought of that prediction because of Las Vegas. And the reasons I didn't think that they would the reasons that I thought the challenges I thought they would have occurred: defense and injuries to starting pitching. So tough for Las Vegas. They're in a pivot. They're in one of the toughest places of any franchise in the league because they're kind of in between with aging stars, and this is the first time they've had to sell in many years, if they are indeed selling.
Yeah, they're not bad enough too, where like Christian Laredo, their superstar, is going to waive his no trade clause. He's still happy. Jason Bassett's still happy and not willing to waive his no trade clause. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, he's got his 3-4s super good still, but the pitching has been terrible. The defense has been terrible. I mean, I think he has one more chance to retool next year with these stars in place, right? Laredo, Bassett, they're both locked up, and if he can put defense around those bats to support the pitching, then maybe he's got another year of being competitive. But yeah, I don't see him making a push down the stretch here. He's 5 games back.
Yeah.
In a tough division, so.
Yeah.
And we skipped right over.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
I
Go
was going
ahead.
to say we skipped right over the Durham Dragons and our newest GM Terry, who wasn't here for the first two sims when this team got off to a hot start, but it's taken over and they're trying to maintain. I'm not sure if they're going to be a playoff team, but they're in that last wild card spot right now.
Yeah, it's a team that I don't want to say AI ran the team and made the great signings, but the AI did sign a bunch of dudes on this team who got roles that they didn't have before, elevated roles, and they're cashing in. So that's a good thing. The additions that were made after that. Well, let's see. Did I thought Durham made a trade? Did they not make a trade?
I'm not sure. Let me look through the roll here. Yeah, it looks like with Carolina.
Yeah.
Where was that? A little ways back, but Ben Lips brought in a starting pitcher, Ben Lips, and some money, and gave up a prospect. So I didn't look at the details of that trade. Ben Lips is not a bad starting pitcher. Not sure he's done too well. He's done really well in Carolina.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten too much action.
Yeah, 13 innings, yeah. But he's coming out of the bullpen. Seven games. It's not too bad.
A leader. I mean, that could be a move just to shore that up. I don't know how his locker room's looking or whatever that's looking like, but
yeah,
it's a good move to shore up what the AI did do. Chase Efaw was a guy that the AI brought in, and
even though this guy's coming out of the bullpen, I don't know. You tell me what you think of this, but if you switch this guy's position to starting pitcher, even if he's in the bullpen, then it's going to give his personality that captain trait, because a relief pitcher can't be a captain. Do you think that's worth doing just to manipulate, or do you think it doesn't matter?
Well, is he good enough to be? Should he be in the rotation?
Does it matter though? Like, if he has like captain traits, can't you just throw him in the?
That matters. I don't think it matters that much. I think that you gotta have.
Because if you go to his, I'm just wondering. If you go to his team, like, will this guy show up?
I've done it before. I've done that before. Put guys there because they're a captain. Because I also think it's a precursor to like just them just blowing up and becoming a star or whatever. But
he is still a leader as a relief pitcher, so I didn't realize that. Okay.
Josh Austin is the only guy I would say, like, hey, this guy's gotten shelled this last 4 starts. 2 of them are in AAA. Yeah, put him in for that guy, definitely. But he got him for the bullpen. He looks like his third best guy. Lips is his third best guy in the pen. So
yeah,
I guess it's working.
Yeah, this team's been kind of streaky. Let's take a look at the want to know, started hot, 13-13, 8-15. So it's really about how August goes here, because July was rough. And they're gonna have to go back and play the J division again. That's what makes me nervous for this team, because I think, again, it's evened out a little bit, but I think it's still a tougher top 3 over here in the J than it is in the Sapphire.
Yeah, that's going to be the part of the season that's going to really, I think they're going to have trouble there, honestly, because this team, if you take away its start, is probably well under 500, right? So
they overperformed the start of the season so much it almost feels like it's going to even out in the back half.
Yeah, that's a scary thing about OOTP. It doesn't matter, baseball in general. It's baseball. Everyone says OOTP. Yeah, it's baseball. Baseball, you're going to just, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, the defense has been really good here. I do want to point out Adam Wilson, just because I was talking to Alex, my brother, last night. He was playing some other games, and he was talking about how he lost Adam Wilson this year, and that's affected his offense.
Hold on a second. Stop. You were playing another game, and this guy, who was it?
I just asked him about his team,
Wilson,
and Alex brought up
Adam Wilson came up.
So yeah, Adam Wilson came up. So I mean, he's not a superstar, but he's had some good seasons in San Diego the last few years.
All right.
And
Well, just to keep the streak going.
he's the cleanup hitter for this successful Durham team. So I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Quentin Cook didn't come up.
Quentin Cook did not come up. No.
Good.
No, not last time,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So yeah, second-rate player. That's why. But go ahead.
Well, let's switch over. Let's talk briefly. We've got a few minutes left about the bottom of this. We talked about these bottom three teams being these bottom three teams, so there's not too much to talk about here, I don't think.
Yeah, nothing there.
Yeah. Is anybody performing well enough to be traded here in the last minute? I don't know. I
If
don't
they're
even
healthy,
care. I don't know.
if they're healthy, yeah, it doesn't matter. If they're healthy, they should go. I mean, that's what that's the thing. And Vancouver just sent out a message saying looking to make some last minute deals. Yeah, if you're not in this, some deals. Just get what you can. Sell everything.
Yeah, I inquired actually. So I did inquire about a trade. Only one player I've inquired about all deadline was actually Nick Stockett here in Tampa. He's wrecked. He's super big risk, but I asked about him 50% retained. John got back to me, and I said I was interested, but then he didn't really follow up from there. So don't know if I'll connect with him in the last 2 hours here. But I liked this guy's profile as a trade piece. 26 million a year, retained at 50%. 13 million a year. I would take a risk on a center fielder.
He would move immediately if he was shopped.
Yeah.
With 50% retained, like he'd get a good, decent pick.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, hey, John, if you're listening to this, there's still time. And if not, he's still on contract for next year. So dangle him out there and get some assets. But all right, let's go to the Sapphire. Top of the Sapphire, we talked about you already a little bit, so we'll kind of skip over that. The only thing I will say about your team, Chase Posey looked like he was going to be unstoppable for the batting title, but then he got cold. He got cold a little bit. Looking at his splits, he had a pretty bad June.
He's just a 315 hitter.
Well, he had a pretty bad June though. He was hitting 347, 350. He was hitting like 350 through May.
He plays every day. He steals bases.
No, he's still great. I mean, he's almost the league leader in
on
WAR right now.
And
just he cooled off. He was on an astronomical pace.
Yeah, he was. He was really raking, and I'm glad to see Reyna. Now he's raking, and I'm just trying to keep those guys upright. That's it.
Yep.
And
yeah, Reyna's having another great season.
Yeah,
although he's taking a step back.
Yeah, but it's his worst season.
He's only on pace for 7 WAR this year.
Yeah, it's horrible. I've been DHing him a ton. Yeah, he's having a horrible year. Hopefully he doesn't ask for more money when I try to re-sign him, which is the plan. It's we don't care about the accolades. We care about what we're signing the guy for. Yeah. We want to underpay everybody. But the the league's conditions, it's something where the league is hitting 242. All right, so I think I mentioned this before. The single is dead. Getting singles is almost done. It's the third lowest batting average in the history of the TBL. League-wide. So getting guys up there in those 280s, it's almost like they're 300 and 320, 330.
Yeah, and talking about the teams around you, any of these guys able to catch you, do you think?
Yes.
Carolina's been hot.
I think Carolina can. I don't think they will.
Yeah, I feel like it's look at that, 20 and 3 in July, which is insane. But it's almost insane. Like, getting hot at the wrong time. Not saying they can't get hot again in the postseason, but I feel like sustaining it through August and then September and then in October is just really tough to be good that way.
Always worry about their players just, being consistent enough. For instance, we always talk about the closer and, the guy Al Lovato who strikes out a ton. I mean, is he going to get hot enough? Stuff like that. So, they're good. They're great defense. It's a young team. Run prevention's real good there. I think Baltimore's going to blow by everybody. Not me, I don't think. But I think he's going to get real hot, Baltimore. So they got to look out for Baltimore.
Yeah, I think I actually kind of agree with you there. I mean, I don't know if he's going to blow by everybody, but I have Baltimore making the postseason over Durham. One, just team history matters. There's culture, there's all that shit. Like, I swear to God, it's baked in somehow. And as bad as Baltimore's culture was at the
good,
beginning,
good.
I think Baltimore now is a playoff team perennially or whatever.
Yes.
And Durham
Yes.
has been bad recently, so it's the chips are in Baltimore's hands, I think.
Yes.
But
Balti-
oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, Baltimore's always a team. You can look at them right now. They need to make. They could add something. I'm not going to suggest what that is because I don't want them to add anything. But yeah, they could add something. There's something that they could add. All the categories in the league that they're ranked in, they're like 7th in everything, right? So middle of the league. You can be great at something and try to get a player that gets you there.
Yeah, they're pretty. I mean, he does a good job with this team every year. They're competitive without having superstars. We mentioned that Bayer looks pretty nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Free agent signing.
The funny thing about Bayer is, yeah, free agent signing, great year. These types of guys, I don't know. I don't know if you should re-sign them or what, but these guys, I just can't. When they have good years like this for 1 year, they put me in an impossible position. I hate it when guys do this. I mean, it's a great year, but this is exactly the guy who asked for too much money. He walks. The fans don't like it because he's extremely popular, and he ends up costing you money because your fan interest goes down. So he's good there for a year.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Can we talk about? And I have never noticed this, but why has nobody brought this up? David, I've fucked up his name in another one, but Guzewich.
Yes.
Do you see where this guy was fucking drafted?
Yeah, 28th.
28th
Right,
round. Do you know how many rounds we have in the TBL draft?
28.
Do you know how many picks there are with 32 teams?
Well,
there's
all right.
896 picks.
I'm going to let you in on a little something.
Okay.
A little secret.
Yeah.
All right. There are other closers in the league that have either been in the 28th and 27th round-ish. Rochester's closer, Matt Hancock, who was a guy that I used to have, was actually drafted in the 28th round, pick 26.
Wow.
And Bighorn released him, and I signed him, and then the rest is history. And then he bounced around a little bit, but he was. So there's always guys. I think I had another closer still on my team, and Skipper, who was 27th round pick. There's another person in the league. There's one of these closers that might be in. I don't know where it is. I saw them before, but they're pretty deep in the draft. So yeah,
it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so people should pay attention to that. Those RPs deep. Just get some guy with like good personality traits, 2 strong pitches.
Well, that's all it is, right? And because the relievers, I think, benefit the most from having a well manicured minor league.
Oh, for sure. And a dev budget and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because their workload's managed. If the team's good, they're not throwing extra pitches because you can field the ball and do things, and they're happy because you're winning. So a relief pitcher can blow up from anywhere. That's the easiest player to draft deep and turn into something.
Yeah. Don't have to talk too much about New York this year, I don't think, but we were picking them 1-2, or you picked them to win the Sapphire. I picked them second.
Yeah.
I picked you to win the Sapphire. We both picked Baltimore third. And then I had Carolina fifth. You had Carolina fourth. I had Philly fourth. You had Philly sixth. This team's great. Great power at the front end. The pitching's mid. The defense is, I don't know. How do you interpret 9th in efficiency, 2nd in zone rating, 14th in errors? That's kind of
they're allowing a lot of hard hit balls is the way I look at that. So yeah, I mean the hits are falling in. I'm not gonna say in the scorecard they look like line drives to me. Let's put it that way. So when I see something like that, a lot of hard hit balls. There are changes that could be made. Just trying to see why they have a lot of hard hit balls. But they have 3 All-Stars in their rotation, so that's they have a ton of pitching up front. Their bullpen. This might be a team that sneakily needs some bullpen help. Let me take a look.
Bullpen
let's
ERA
punch
is
somebody back
fifth.
there,
I mean,
Tony.
I know ERA is not everything, but I think it's the defense. I think it's guys not getting to baseballs, which I don't know who that would be. I'm not going to dig through the whole
Well,
team.
that's the thing, right?
And
So
again,
you look at it,
oh, go ahead.
and the guys have the range. Now they're 14th in errors, so if they're getting to the balls, maybe they're making bad plays. But they should be making enough routine plays not to have that separation of efficiency and zone rating.
Yeah, actually, I don't love this defense. The third baseman, I mean, he's okay.
The defense
He's
looks good to me.
negative zone rating. The third baseman doesn't look great. I mean, he's shortstop, doesn't have turn double play. We're talking about John Boucher, right? Like,
Yeah.
don't you have to turn the double play if you play up the middle? He doesn't have the ton of range.
Yeah, but also just have less base runners.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
I guess, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I don't know where it is
if
it
you have
looks like
good,
he
if
really
you have
pays
good
attention to
range, you have less
defense.
base runners. I feel like, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Won't go too deep in New York because we're at our 50% point. And let's
Yeah,
finish up
they
this
need to. They
conversation,
want to
but
trade Montenegro and Sadler.
We should give-
big money guys.
We should give Bobby
Whatever.
just a little bit of love. You didn't believe in this team. You thought sixth place, and they might still get sixth place, but at least for now, above 500. So,
Yeah, I
good
mean
for the
it's
Eagles.
Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, if let's be real, fuck the Eagles.
This trade was
and also
really worked out really well for Philly. David Hollingsworth
Yes.
came over in the offseason. He's at 5 WAR and now he's on pace for 7.3.
yeah, probably on steroids. It's Philly, but he's got to stay in one piece. He's got to stay in one piece. This is as good as this guy gets, and that deal is a great looking deal. I don't know what was given up in that, but when you have a guy have 1 year like this, it's kind of cool. You can't blame Carolina. That injury page is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this guy's really putting it together now.
The offense has been kind of above average, first in base running for whatever that's worth. The pitching's been literally towards the bottom of the league, as has the defense. So that's really
Yes.
still what this team's problem is. Just giving up more runs than they need to. I mean, because they've got they've got a good starting rotation, or at least the good makings of one.
That
Mark
might be the
Christensen looks
worst rotation for the type of park they're in.
Okay. I haven't looked at that.
Now, if you take a look at their park, they have that left field short porch, or they have so it looks like behind the right field fence. There's a lot of that they can't use it because Philly's like Fallujah. It's probably a war going on behind the right field fence. So they don't have all the real estate to put up a right field wall. And having all right-handed pitchers, those guys probably get smoked over there.
Yeah. All right. Last few teams here, again, they're all in rebuild mode. Toronto's been selling for the last few years. Montreal, definitely a disappointing season. I know Josh thought he was going to be more competitive this year. Nope. Hasn't looked good, unfortunately. Defense has been
Division to be in.
okay. But the pitching...
He had that one
offense-
demon they let him sign that he just traded. What's his name? Berthume, something like that.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Yeah. So good job by him just signing a guy and trading him for a 5th rounder and a 3rd baseman.
Yeah, hey, fair enough. So, doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, onto the fire, I think.
Yes.
Thoughts on where do you want to start here?
Well, it could be either side. I don't care. I think that the fire has been predictable for the first time in a while, for me at least.
Somewhat.
I think that Virginia, Kansas City, and Bighorn, San Antonio, those are shoo-ins. And then you guys in Oahu and Louisville are the ones that, I mean, you're a perennial team. Louisville is the one I think the team that is the biggest surprise. Probably should start there.
Well, yeah. Is it a surprise? I feel like this is a. The more I think, I said it was a surprise at the beginning or earlier in the podcast, but the more I think about it, Chuck loves to get 10, 12 games above 500 and then just fall apart at the end. It's been kind of a thing that's happened to his team a couple of times. So, but no, he's sitting pretty right now. You got to think back to I'm 1 game out, so he's got a 6-game lead on missing the playoffs. So yeah, he's having a nice season. Virginia's been really steady until this last sim. They kind of took a little.
They caught fire for a little bit of time there.
San Antonio.
I ran into them.
I was gonna say San Antonio's been a huge surprise. If you remember early in the season, they looked like the best team in the TBL, better than Rochester. And then let's look at their.
Let's talk about that because
I looked at this. This fascinated me. The month-to-month stats here. 19-7, 17-9, and then boom, June just like got slammed.
Oh yeah, you know what happened to June though? Do you have a rhyme or reason for that?
I haven't looked into it. I mean, I don't know if you've.
I've looked into it.
Oh,
I've looked into
what
it.
happened
I'm
there?
so glad you asked. I mean, you didn't. Just use my trusty mouse here to go back. Earlier in the week or last week, the GM of San Antonio commented, Daryl, FC is better. Bottom half of IC is so bad. No wonder where they get their wins. Oh, and we look at that. Anyway, so he was saying that the ICE is is getting their wins from the bad teams. That month was him coming over to the ice and getting mollywopped. All right. Yeah. So if you look at Daryl's June, he went to Vegas. Forget about it. He went to Vegas and it was over. And I don't know. He probably doesn't want anybody to bring this up, but he went over there and he got smoked. He went to the Jade and got destroyed. So shout out to Daryl.
Yeah. Hey, fair enough. I mean, yeah, he's still in pretty good shape. And I've actually been surprised. I feel like the Ice Conference didn't dominate Interleague as hard as I thought they would. I think they probably still won it. Happens every year, but or maybe I'm just full of shit. You got 4 teams with a better record than our best team, so that kind of says something. But
yeah, the top record, we always know it means nothing. So. It's the midfield. It's the bottom of the league where you can get caught up. You can go into some places in the ice and lose 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, or whatever. Where the team is at or below 500. It is tough to go into some of these places. If the team's playing good baseball, they're playing good baseball. So I think the bottom of the fire is just it's so tough down there, Hurons and the whoever's.
It's the bottom of the fire isn't as bad as the bottom of the ice right now. I actually do believe that. There's some really bad teams in the bottom of the ice.
I think Vancouver is the worst team in the league.
I agree.
All right.
But I think Boston or Vancouver could be the worst team in the league.
No. See.
I mean,
Boston.
I'm not saying future. I'm not saying future. I'm saying current
Boston
iteration of the 2025
is like a building that's been raised. The property, they're getting ready to put up another building, whatever.
Yeah.
Vancouver is like California when it was on fire. It's still on fire.
I mean, they don't have a very.
Nobody wants to go in there.
They don't have a very bright future right now.
No,
we're not gonna
Vancouver's tough.
Yep.
But you know what? He's doing the right thing today. That's a good part of that.
His minor league system's gotten a lot better. His rookie league. I DM'd him today about his rookie league, but outside of that,
enough, I think.
Yeah, well, the whole minor league system across the TBL has looked a lot better. Like, I think the worst team in AAA has like 35 wins, which is crazy good compared to some past histories. So,
well, Vancouver's AAA team has a .462 winning percentage, which is
boom.
I'm gonna take a look now.
That's gotta be a record.
I want to know where that is in their history. Force, it's up there.
Yeah, I mean, I will say,
Go ahead.
I was going to say there's been some surprise teams in the Ruby. Bighorn we kind of expected, and they've been good. Pitching's great. Defense is actually kind of below average, but offense and pitching on the Rams. And Johnny's, God, I don't know how many years in a row now he's been there, but his team not only looks solid now, but it looks like it's going to be his fourth straight postseason berth, and I think it's built for another half decade.
Yeah. William Zoll was just signed, huh? Well, a month ago or so.
Let's talk about.
But,
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I didn't mean. I just didn't want to go too deep into him. I don't think there's.
Yeah, no, I was looking at Bighorn. But go ahead.
Yeah, he does have the best bullpen in the TBL or in the Fire Conference side. I was just gonna say, let's talk about the kind of the mosh pit going for wild card.
Yeah.
In the Ruby division, because Mexico City started terrible, made a streak, now it's playing terrible again. Phoenix, I didn't even know they were close to 500, and here they are 53 and 52. And then San Diego, who's been kind of the more consistent team here with the Rams and the Chiles Picantes and the Paddlers, is not looking good right now. But they, again, 6-7 games back. I wouldn't be surprised if they snag that last spot. I think it's pretty much anybody's spot here except for maybe the Sasquatches to sneak in.
Phoenix they haven't finished 500 since 2016, and they've only finished 500 3 times in the last 20 years, so, or something like that, 4 times. So they, that's a surprise. That's actually awesome for the Phoenix organization, and borderline Hall of Famer Pat Moore.
Yeah, no, he's gonna be close. His team's been consistent this year. A slow start, 10-16, but then just kind of grinding out wins. Just kind of under the radar. I mean, they're still kind of bad if you look at their team stat rankings. I think bad defense. So,
really.
Not the team I'd pick to get in.
This is your proof. A team like that is a 500 team in that conference. Now, I'm not trying to destroy Phoenix, but 13th in runs against. That's crazy to be in your 500
out of 16. So yep. But hey, you never know. They could maybe get in. Mexico City. We've talked about what this team was. Look at their defense, though. You got to talk about the defense. First in efficiency, first in zone rating, first in errors, and it's elevated the pitching.
Well, yes, it's a crutch for the pitching.
The defense?
Meaning, I'm not going to get into FIP too much, but they're 16th in strikeouts, a lot of balls in play. This defense has to be good for the
dead last in strikeouts. Good. Yeah, it's kind of surprising with some of the guys they have on this team.
Well, it seems to be Larry's MO. Just don't walk anybody, let him put the ball in play, make the play. He's got guys that are rated 70s and 65s and all this stuff. The problem is his lineup turns the opposing pitcher into it doesn't matter who it is, into a 70 or 65. So it's a tough formula in one of the best hitters parks, maybe the best hitter park in the league.
Yeah. Oh wow. Jeez. Yeah. This is all offensive. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm picking a team, this might be the one. I don't know.
That's what I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for Larry again because I think that this team can do something. It just seems like it. It's just like a classically built team without hitting.
Yeah.
Good pitching, defense, but no hitting.
And I've kind of built my team the same mantra this year because I felt like the bats were falling off, and they certainly have. So I tried to build defense, and it's been playing well so far.
Defense is huge. This is the best time
when you're a bad team
in league.
Defense can save you. Talk about it a lot. But.
Yeah, and the BABIP, is 290. So there's a lot of if you're playing bad defense when it's easy to field, to basically prevent runs with your glove, then you're digging yourself a big hole. You got to play good defense in this era.
Yeah. The Seals, again, 7 games under. They've been pretty underwhelming this year. Quentin Cook, not up to MVP form, on pace for 2.7 WAR. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
his team.
this is the I think this is a better year than I thought he was gonna have. But he won the batter of the month in June, which is another indictment of this conference.
This is still a team to be scared of, though. I think. Look at some of the guys on the DL. Justin Beattie's coming off the DL. Craig Nofdal's got 12 days left. If some of these guys come back and stay healthy for the stretch, they could go on a small streak in this division.
Yeah, this conference is always good for anybody coming from that far back to make some noise.
They're the only ones with,
So-
I feel like, talent on the shelf that's going to be making a big impact.
Yeah.
So, 15 minutes left, just on schedule. We've been kind of short here. So
We got to do St. Louis and Oklahoma
oh,
City.
for sure,
because
yeah, they've been a surprise.
St. Louis
I'm
is
just
the
trying to
one.
think.
St. Louis is maybe the GM of the year, in my opinion.
Okay,
Now, there's a couple of things that go into play here, which, tell me he hit the right buttons. James Domine going to the dev lab, hitting the weights in his conditioning, strength and conditioning, and being a dude who can be there, enough to balance out the lineup and make it, make something happen. So good job there. And he didn't run away from these guys before the season. So he might get a bump in revenue. I don't know where he's at with revenue or anything, but that's how you start, the fans love things when, you win with guys like Domine and McCarthy.
John Kamaran's
Even
having
though
a
I think he's
huge
injured.
season in his second year. Offensively, 30 home runs already. But yeah, Domine's having a big year. McCarthy's at the top of the lineup. He's hitting 198. He's fallen off. McCarthy's washed, unfortunately.
Yeah. But as long as he's got a uniform on and they're winning games,
He's coming off the books next year.
that's big for them.
Yep. He'll probably retire, I'd have to think, just looking at his numbers.
He's got to sooner or later, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's actually perfect timing, really, if you're St. Louis.
What's his attendance look like?
This
Just
was
wanna
the
see what
team we were worried
we-
about some contracts, I feel like, but maybe not.
Uh,
Attendance is up and down. Again, he doesn't have the biggest, most loyal market.
he's got it's 15th right now, right? Which doesn't really tell me anything because of the amount of home games and away games, or teams have games in hand. But I can look up his average per game, and yeah, I mean he's at let me see here.
He's at 43 million in the red right now, and that's a situation he inherited. We'd kind of talked about that, but
Yeah.
I gave him a year to figure that out. So next year he's gonna have to get under cap. So he might have to ship someone away, but for the most part, I mean, he's gonna already shed 25 or 30 million, but he's not gonna have any room to change anything in the offseason without shipping someone away. So I feel like it's a team, this year, if it continues to go well, the offense has been good, could make a nice little run. I don't think they're a top or bottom team. I think they're kind of where they've been in a while. They're kind of just in the middle. This team's been in the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years, which I feel like is not on my radar.
They have.
They
Wow.
2022, 2023, they missed last year with 73 wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's good. I mean, that's pretty solid. I mean, there's a great player. I mean, Domine may be. I think he's a first ballot guy because of the position, shortstop. But it's a tough situation because you don't want to just go all private equity on him and just sell everything off.
I do like it when a 1-1 comes through too. Be a true 1-1. He actually works out. It's good to see.
So he's got an MVP, 6 All-Stars, whatever. he's gonna probably end up with 300 home runs or so. I mean, he might have it already.
I was just
Yeah, he's good.
I was gonna point this out just because I saw this today. I just want to mention on the pod, but my superstar, my first ballot, hopefully Hall of Famer. I got him in a trade with Toronto. I didn't even remember this till today. Like I forgot how I acquired him. But Scott Skinner, when he was 24 years old, I traded Scott Skinner for 3 draft picks, and Esparza was one of them. So kind of funny.
Yeah, no, that was back when I guess you were rebuilding, because I remember Scott Skinner. He was a pretty high pick or something.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he played for like 8 or 10 years, 8 to 10 years after that trade. He got traded a bunch. I feel like he was traded multiple times at deadlines because he was this. He wasn't a great defender, but he was a really serviceable shortstop in a position that was really lacking. So.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. OKC, are they back? This has again been one of the most successful franchises in league history, but they've been missing for a few years now. Let's take a look at the team history.
Yeah, that's another one where the runs against is kind of crazy. So, are they back? I don't think they're truly back, but why not go for something while you have a guy like Brian Marlin in his prime?
Yeah, it feels like this is a surprise year, like a pleasant surprise year for the Outlaws, because their pitching is pretty bad, just up and down. There's no one here that really blows you away. But yeah, you're right. The middle lineup's crushing it. They can sneak in. I feel like if we look at these standings here, it's going to be a tougher stretch though for the Topaz, right? I mean, there's more teams to beat up on here. So if one of these teams can get hot, there's just more to feed on. Then there's more competition up here. I feel like. That's always what I'm looking at as we head into the last chunk of divisional play again. Like, how strong is the division that team, those wild card teams, are going to have to go into?
Somebody was talking about the schedule, saying that it was not. I like it. So.
The schedule is great. I think Steve was talking about, and it should work this way, but it should change who you're playing, the order of your divisional opponents every year. So Steve was saying he starts every year with you. But it should be like
that's not true. He doesn't start
maybe
every
it's
year
just
with
been the
me.
last few years. I don't know. Maybe maybe you're just in his head. Maybe you're just in his head.
You know who I play? It seems like I play every opening day is Montreal. So I don't. Yeah. So I don't.
Well, honestly,
know the real numbers for that, but that's a team I think I play all the time.
Yeah, I think there's something to what Steve is saying, because I feel like I've played Mexico City to start the season for like multiple years in a row now. And that just might be me not loading the schedule in properly, to be honest. So I'm going to look at it this offseason. It should be the same schedule. It should just be different. You know, when you go home, when you go away, and who you face and shit like that. So.
Yep.
All right. Who's left? We've got 7 minutes left on this timer. Milwaukee is worth talking about real quick, I think, because Ryan's always talking about his pitching being injured. Anybody who wants to drop comments in chat every once in a while gets a moment on
the
podcast to have his team looked at. So Ojeda looks sexy.
Yeah. How do I say this nicely? It's like you go into certain stores and the stuff's broken before you like buy it. And it has a sign on the wall that says no returns. All sales final. I don't know. If I were shopping with this team, I feel like that's what it is, because the pitching does get hurt. I don't know why. Haven't dove in. I will say this. Somebody mentioned that their trainer was basically not good, or I think it was Ryan, right? So he says, my trainer's rehab focused, legendary, outstanding, legendary, good in rehab, poor, however, blah, 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 he's gone. He's gone this off season. You know, the trainer doesn't prevent injuries. That's the one thing. Even though they have a prevent arm injuries and all that stuff on their thing, they're not the number one reason that injuries can be prevented. So that's the one thing about that.
These are minimal impacts, I would say. I mean, if anything, it's if a guy has a good track record, he'll help maintain that. But like if a guy already has an injury history building up, that's the biggest factor.
Well, yeah. There's something that goes on with. I'll just say it. There's a rating for mechanics, right? If a guy doesn't know how to throw a baseball, it doesn't get taught how to stay healthy going through the minor leagues, they're going to get injured. So, it's like my doctor. I have a great doctor, Dr. Munson. He's a great doctor. But he ain't going to stop me from getting injury if I go outside and play football right now. And I'm throwing the ball like, whoever, like Pat Mahomes, because my mechanics are shitty, and then I, show up with like he can't stop that. So it goes a lot of that goes into the pitching too, where if the guys aren't taught how to start and finish a game, start and finish a season, then you start seeing injuries at the TBL level.
Yeah, Milwaukee's done a pretty good job with his minor league system. So, but again, you did, as you mentioned, he has inherited a lot because he has come in as a newer GM in the last few years. Yeah, this team, I mean, you got to just look, too. The offense has been pretty bad. A lot of guys are hitting around the Mendoza line, which isn't great. 15th in batting average. It's not fantastic. So It kind of makes sense, the injuries and lack of offense, lack of defense.
Yeah, it's
there's
tough.
a lot of holes on this team.
But you know what? All that stuff adds up to giving you a chance in this conference.
yes, it does. Yes, and he's got the fourth best system, and the best system I think in the Fire Conference. So, according to this very inaccurate minor league system rankings page, of course. But
yes.
Anything worth talking about in Nashville or Huron?
No.
Didn't think
Huron,
so. I don't know what's going on in Huron.
Huron is. I'm very disappointed in Huron, but.
Yep. Huron.
So, yeah.
Dead last in offense. Not great pitching.
No. Long cry from the Huron of old, but. He made some trades. He's rebuilding.
Prospect.
Are there more players there? Not really.
No.
There's nobody else to really trade or do anything with.
No.
System better be good.
Yeah, hopefully they build well. He's got all his money in scouting and development, so that's good. Good for him.
I'll tell you one guy he could trade right now and maybe get a little something for is that the shortstop Jordan Sanchez, even though he's hitting 165 and he strikes out a billion times a game. The defense is ridiculous.
Yep.
That is top of the league. He already has the Great Glove Award at third. I mean, it looks like he can win one at short.
Yeah. Well, all right. Yeah. I think that about covers it.
What do you think? Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm going to give you three teams. And three teams for one spot. Durham, Baltimore, and Philly.
Oh, Baltimore. Yeah, I think we talked about that. Yeah. Schedule, history. Philly's team doesn't look that impressive. Durham is a year away. Or probably a couple of years away. That's had a good hot start. But
yeah, I got Baltimore as well. Just experience too.
Yeah. And I'll give it to me.
Better.
I'll give it to me out of the Fire Conference for you.
Oh, well, all right. So I'm going to give you four teams because you got St. Louis, Oklahoma City, Oahu, and Phoenix. Yeah, I think it's definitely you.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's all those
two spots.
It's all those teams, and Louisville's going to miss. I'm just kidding. All right, I don't want to wrap this up too abruptly, but I am going to wrap it up because I want to watch the last 40 seconds of the 49ers-Eagles game. So,
well, go Niners once again.
Niners. Yep, good podcast.
The Eagles. Yeah, we don't root for the Eagles around here.
We'll be simming in an hour.
NFL Eagles. But yeah, brother, good. It was good. Good pod.
For sure. Catch you later.
All right, brother. Later.